Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol USRM. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and just makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these red and green line annotations are coming from. And what do I think about the chart? Well, it really does depend. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 11.72 seconds, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. If you care about the big picture of things, then the bulls are still in full control. The bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, and that's what it's all about from the big picture perspective. Higher bases over time is how long-term uptrends are constructed. Case in point, going back to the green line that I talked about in yesterday's video, right there at 0.084. I'm not saying this will happen, but let's just say the price pulls back here, bounces around, and then heads back up. Even at that point in time, you'd still have this base of lows right here. If you picture that as a stair step, the previous quote-unquote stair step would be down here. And when you look at the stair steps in conjunction, well, hey, they're heading in the upwards direction, and that's the name of the game from, again, big picture perspective. I fully realize I sound crazy calling things bullish, if you're day trading, you bought right there, but I am talking about things from the big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy, my guess would be you had just a much different strategy and perspective going into the chart than what I'm talking about. So overall, yeah, price pulled back, but pullbacks are part of the game. And as long as pullbacks don't spin out of control, then they remain healthy for the chart. How would I define spinning out of control? Where the price were to come down here and then all of a sudden just keep on going to the downside. Well, at that point in time, that's putting the price, back in this range where it's already been before, and going back, not exactly a sign of true strength. I would assume I'm stating the obvious when I say that. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, I do want to add in one more kind of shorter term one. So yes, up there at 10.5 cents is indeed a level of resistance. But before you start talking about that one and doing battle with it, the next level of resistance that made itself known today, right here at 0.098, you can see on this pullback here, the bulls did bounce, but then on 3 separate occasions, just found some sellers up there at 0.098. So 10.5 cents, yes, that's the overall area of resistance. But before you start again talking about that first bridge to cross right there at 0.098. So all in all, though, chart's still perfectly fine from big picture perspective. So at this point, it's just a matter of making sure this is a healthy consolidation. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.